that we need to cut it using, we need to trace our pattern, and I prefer to trace it on the left side. I never trace my pattern using the right side. Sometimes if you look at the knits, it has like direction. I don't know, sometimes if I don't see it like at the beginning before I cut it, it happened to me many times, when I cut it and I put it on the mannequin and I kind of see, oh, I had to cut it the opposite way. So like I try to develop new habits because I'm sewing more and more with knit. I try to develop a habit, look at the fabric from the different direction. Let's say I'm going to look on my fabric, just hanging it like so, and see how this color works, and then I flip it the opposite way and see if there's any differences. Well, I don't think so. There's any, there's a difference. No, I think it doesn't have any difference. So that's why I'm going to just unfold it. I'm going to fold it with the right sides together. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, what I'm trying to do right now, since I have my grids on the table, I try to get my edge exactly on the grid. So this way I know that I have a 90-degree. It is really important, so I really recommend you to pay attention to that. Okay. I just try to show it to you so you can see what I'm doing. Let me move my computer a little bit to the side. Okay. Yes, as you can see, the selvage is kind of curves, right? So that's why, but my pattern is not that wide, so actually I'm not like really worried about selvages right now. What I need to be worried more about the fold. Okay. So what I need to do, I need to line up the folds with my grid, with my line. So this is the most important part right now. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. And just make it even, and sometimes I use this motion, kind of like tapping, patting, boom, 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 boom. So I'm not trying to stretch my knit. I'm just like totally opposite. I'm just trying to pat it and just kind of like squeeze it and line it up on my table like so. Okay, now I'm ready. So as you can see, I'm not going to have any seam on my folds, on my center, on my back center, and on my front center. So that's why what I can do, I can literally fold it like that. So I just open my piece and fold it like so. I'm still kind of, like to keep my fold over there because I want to make sure it's on the straight grain. And see, this is my front. What I need to do, I need to line up the fold with this fold, right? And then I'm going to, I'm going to cut my front, and then I'm going to cut my back. But see how wide the leftovers is. I don't like it. So that's why what I want to make it a little bit smaller. So this way I will able to save this piece for my future project. I don't know what I'm going to make. But it's really nice print. It's really trendy. It's really stylish right now. So that's why I wanted to preserve. Okay, so see, I kind of like it. I'm okay. Okay, still, see, I don't need that kind of seam allowance. So since I'm going to use a serger, it's going to be at least, the most like a 5/8, not even like, even less. Actually the serger does make it 3/8 seam allowance. So that's why I'm going to leave it just like so, no more. So I obviously don't need that kind of distance. So one more adjustment, just a little bit. See, I still keep my fold over there because I want to make sure that I on the straight grain. Yeah, the double brush poly is a little bit sticky. Yeah, so you definitely need to pay attention when you're doing so. And I really like this static motion once again. Okay, so checking on any fold underneath. Let's see how it works. Okay, I kind of like it. Okay, so my hemline is over there. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to find my hemline. Okay, and yeah, I mean, I don't like to put my pattern exactly to the edge. Okay, I hope you see that. Look, see, I don't like it because sometimes if you look under, most of the times the top layer is a little bit shorter than the bottom layer is shorter than your top layer. So that's why it's good idea to double check what's going on underneath. But I'm just to stay on the safe side, to be safe, I'd like to move my pattern a little bit away from the edge, at least like a ½ inch. I just like to have it, I just like to do it this way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my size, and see, I do have a third layer, which is, and I need to be really careful when I cut it. I don't need to snip it accidentally because this is this piece goes under it. But I'm okay. You can actually unfold your width, unfold it toward the center if it works to you, if it's more convenient. But but I'm okay. So that's why I prefer to do it this way. It just it just has more sense to me. So, and now I really want to check the distance from my fold to the fold because I want to make sure that I am on the straight grain. Let me double check. Okay, it's 7 7/8. 7 7, perfect. Let me check it out. 7 7, awesome. Okay, I'm good. I wanted to put more. It's kind of hard if you don't see my corner, but trust me, it's there. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, I'm not going to trace it because I'm really sure that my pattern is good. So what I need to be worried about the bottom layer, the really first one, which is underneath. So I want to make sure that I'm not cutting through this layer. Okay, so I do have really nice scissors. Those are Kai 7300. Those are really good ones. I can cut like 7, even 9 layers of denim. Those scissors are really good. I love them. So, and those scissors glides really well between knit layers. So let's do it then. So I'm going to cut it like so. And see, my pattern doesn't have a seam allowance. I just prefer to have all my patterns without seam allowance. We had this conversation with Roberta, hi, remember? So, it's up to you. You can leave your patterns with seam allowance. I just don't like it because I don't like to get confused later. Let's say if some of my patterns has seam allowance and some of them don't have seam allowance. So that's why I prefer to stick to one strategy. So my pattern is no seam allowance. It's no seam allowance, okay? So see, I'm good. Okay, now since I already know this is my hem and my hemline, like my bottom is over there, and this is actually the hem, which is going to be folded later. So that's why I need to stick to the bottom. You may use your rotary cutter, but once again, if you wanted to use a rotary cutter, you need to unfold your fabric, so you have 2 layers only, not 3 layers like I have right now. Okay, good. Now I need to move over there. I know it's you don't see my corner, but trust me, I'm there. And okay, one more time. My armhole, see, it has the markings, armhole. I don't need any seam allowance over there because I'm going to use a fold over, the same fold over binding, the stretchy one that we used during our last class. So that's why I don't need to add anything. What I need to do, I just need to basically follow my paper pattern. Okay. Same with this one. I don't need to have any seam allowance. Actually, let me think. Since I'm going to use my elastic stripes this way and this way, so I can fold it. Okay, let's see. No, I don't need it. One, I need to cut 2. Okay, now you can see me. Okay. Let me move over. Okay, and as you can see, I don't move my pattern and my fabric when I'm cutting. Rather, I'm moving around. I'm walking around to get the right angle when I'm cutting. So, and actually, I've got a lot of questions when I'm teaching sewing classes, like why are you walking around the table? You know, I think it is more professional way, since you already put your fabric and you just not touching, you're not stretching it at any angle. Okay. So what happens? We already cut our front. There it is. Boom. And see, this is my piece. So this is my front. And what I usually do, I just usually fold it like so. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to cut our back piece. Okay. I need to. Yeah, I need to work on the camera, so that's why it's not that convenient. Okay, now so let me have it just like so. Once again, see, it's a little, it's kind of too much. I don't need that much, so that's why I need to unfold it and make it a little bit smaller. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I'm good. Even though, you know, I can definitely move it a little bit more, but I don't like it. Okay, I just want to leave it as is. And see, if you look at it, see how much I saved. Literally, if I unfold it, it looks like the full front piece. So I can definitely use this piece to make another top. Let's say I can use this fabric as for the front, and I can use crepe or silk for the back piece. That would be cool top, so I like this idea. Maybe I can do it. Okay, once again, remember, so these are my lines for hem line and for seam allowance. Once again, I don't like to be exactly on the edge, because, you know, even though when I slide my scissors, I need to have a little bit of room to wiggle. Right, so that's why I wanted to be precise and to save my seam allowance. So that's why I just move my piece a little bit up. Right. Okay. Now I want to make sure I get on my fold. See, it doesn't seem like I'm on the fold. And I mean, I can use this line as my guideline, but I definitely will check just in a minute my distance from my fold to this fold. Once again, I just want to make sure that I didn't destroy the center of my bag, because if I destroy it, my side seam will move, either toward the front or toward the back. So that's why I really want to maintain the cross grain, the straight grain line. Why I'm saying cross grain all the time? Oh, okay, let me double check it. Okay, 19 and a half. 19 and a half. 19 and a half. Awesome. Which means I'm on the perfect perpendicular. My perpendicular is 90 degrees to my bottom line. Okay, and what I need to do, just the same. I really like to fold everything really nicely. So even though this is my leftover, I still like to put everything like nicely and flat, because when I use this piece of fabric again, it's just nice. Now, speaking about those notches. Okay, let me move it. So this is my back. I still have my weights on it, and I explain you why. Okay, let me move it a little bit higher. Okay, here it is. So see, this is my notch. Remember, this is not the waistline; it's just notch for lining. Okay, and now my front piece, I'm going to line it up, and as you can see, my side seam identical to my front side seam, identical to my back seam. This is actually how it's supposed to be. You need to maintain the same curveness, the same length, not to mention the same length, but the same curve. So what I want to do, I want to place my front piece, and I still try to line it up with my grid, because I want to make sure it's on the cross grain. Good. Okay, this is my front piece. Remember, we have no seam allowance. Our top, like a neckline. Okay, and okay, so here it is. Now, what I want to do, I want to mark my notches. I'm going to use my, okay, here it is, my dry soap piece. And how I usually do it, just I mark. See, I just develop my own system, not like it's my own, not the system, my way. I usually cut the lower part just like so, and the top part I usually cut diagonally. So like my notch looks like triangle, but the lower part is just horizontal. So I cut this part horizontal and the top part diagonal. So that's why it's easy for me to maintain at the same point over there. So I'm going to mark it right there. And what I want to do, I want to, like so. Okay, there it is. Just a little one. You don't need to cut really deep, because your serger should cover this notch. Okay, same with my front piece right there. Okay, there's my bottom. Okay. And there's my top line. So see, I have it. Same with my hemline. I want to mark my hemline, and I can use this. Actually, if you wanted to mark it on your wrong sides, that's okay, but see, it's kind of hard to see, so that's why I can just snip it. You actually can just snip it, you don't need to make like a triangle. You can make just a little snip. I hope you can see that. Same with my back. It is 2 pieces, and it's convenient. Okay. So let me show you what I've done. Closer. Hope you can see it. So where's my camera? So see what I've done? This is my notch. So, and this is the notch that I will match with my front piece. And this one is, see, I just kind of like a snippet. I didn't make like a real notch, triangles. I just snipped it a little bit. So how it's going to be matched? It's going to be matched like so. So once I start assembling, I have to match those notches with it. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. So my cutting is done. I think I'm ready to go and sew it. Okay, let's do it together.